Let's talk for a few minutes about cyclers and board splitting programs, but we'll also include most matrix programs that are in existence today. Why do they stall and die? What is the problem with all cyclers and board splitting programs? Well, all cyclers and board splitting programs have common inherent problems that cause them to stall and eventually die. This is also true of most matrix programs, no matter what they tell you. First, what do we get? Promises, promises. When you are introduced to any program, they talk a little about the product, a little about the structure, and a little about the company, and a whole lot about how much money you're going to make. Now, in and of itself, it is not wrong to introduce you to their program this way. It is a great selling technique because it quickly gets your attention, because we are all in need of making more money. The problem is, very few programs will ever deliver on these promises of a lot of money to the majority of people that enter their program. The major reason for this is those inherent problems I mentioned a few minutes ago that all of these programs possess. The result of these problems can be the program slows down, doesn't deliver on its promises, or it just dies and goes out of business. What do you actually get? Well, certainly not the big money in most cases. If you asked the majority of people and they answered you honestly, they would have to tell you they make little or no money in any network marketing program and never have. Of course, they will tell you they're doing great and things are great when they're recruiting you. But if the truth were known, they're really not making any money. Just hoping and praying that it will all turn around and you might be the one to come in and make it work so they make money. Unfortunately, this is true with over 90% of the people in network marketing. You see, everyone is confused. This scenario is played out over and over again on a daily basis around the world. People just like you enter a network marketing company with great hopes and dreams and ready to work. In a very short time, those dreams shatter when nothing happens, no matter how hard they work. Now, I realize that some join expecting others to do it for them, and of course, that won't work either. Network marketing companies cannot pay non-producers. Unfortunately, those people never blame it on themselves. They blame it on the company or something else. Now, no matter which type of person you are, the worker or the one that's expecting others to do it for them, I have to agree it is not completely your fault. You see, no matter what, the inherent problems in the programs will eventually cripple them in most cases. What needs to be done? The problem is the companies in their program have no way to clear the deadwood, so to speak. As we all know, many people come into network marketing on fire and with great intentions, but quickly fizzle out. Without instant or short-term success, they easily get discouraged. Most do not know what to do first or how to do it. When they do not get the sincere help they were promised, they get even more discouraged and frustrated and look somewhere else for their success. The majority of programs out there have no way in their program to handle this situation. Those people just sit on a board and go nowhere, thereby stalling the entire board for everyone. The result is an uncontrollable number of boards being created. In any board splitting program and cycler program, you run into the problem of the massive number of boards being created with thousands of people on them going nowhere because they are stalled. The reason for this is what I call the geometric progression principle. From a contacting, sponsoring, and depth building perspective, the geometric progression principle is your best friend. When you consider the splitting of boards, the geometric progression example is your worst enemy and must be controlled. All of the board splitting programs and cycler programs since the inception of these types of programs have no way to control the massive growth of additional boards. It is like the penny on your kitchen table example of a geometric progression. If you put one penny on your kitchen table on January 1 and double it every day for 31 days, you'll have millions of dollars on your kitchen table at the end of 30 days. One penny on the first day, 2 pennies on the second day, 4 pennies the third day, 8 pennies the fourth day, and so on for 30 days. The exact same thing happens as the boards split and double. Very quickly you end up with a massive number of boards, and that number of boards continues to grow. In most cyclers and board splitting programs, only 1/8 of the people that come in will ever cycle. Stop and think a minute about a few what ifs. What if you had more control of your board? What if you could decide when your board cycles? What if you could take an early cycle when you need the money? What if there was no stalling of boards? What if you could decide what board you wanted to be on? What if you could create your own board? What if you could be on 10 boards at the same time? What if